Pokimane's getting cooked, which brings a smile to my face. As you know, her and I, we go way back. We do. We really go way back. It's been years since I've been covering her antics. And she tweeted something recently, which was, I honestly think, even from a virtue signaling perspective, lazy. All virtue signaling is lazy, but this was especially lazy. Kind of the most low common denominator. How many people can I appeal with one single tweet? Slop. Literal slop. And that's coming from me, so I know slop, okay? That's bald knowledge. Everyone hates Pokimane again. Let's take a look.
Guys, the internet's favorite streamer, Pokimane, is once again going viral for a tweet that left a lot of people on Twitter in an uproar. Popular creators like Asmongold and Tectone even made a response video to this said tweet.
Because these people don't believe anything it is that they're saying.
That's true.
They don't. They will go live and they will say the exact thing that the public wants to hear.
And I'm not gonna lie, they were tweaking a bit. The tweet also got like 30 million views, which is absolutely absurd, but it's also not out of the ordinary because if you've been following the channel, then you would know that I covered Pokimane around a couple months ago. And it was kind of for a similar reason that she had went viral on Twitter because she had said something that a bunch of people disagree with.
Yeah, she literally said that the ultra rich are the problem and how we don't like them, but you are the ultra rich. And so the irony in what you're saying could not be more obvious. And obviously Jason the Ween sitting next to you had to chump check you a little bit, had to say, hold on a second, I'm not here to pocket watch, but aren't you making literally tens of millions of dollars every single year? Even in years where you're barely doing anything, which is every year, but on years where you're feeling especially lackadaisical, you're making tens of millions of dollars, and you're going to complain about the ultra rich? Make that make sense.
She had went viral on Twitter because she had said
she's in like a fucking boat or something in some other country on vacation that no one else can afford, talking about how the ultra rich are the problem. The irony cannot be like more obvious.
Something that a bunch of people disagree with.
Do you think someday we'll have a revolution like that in America?
Bitches always want to fucking fantasize about a revolution when they live inside of a mansion that costs more than any other person that they know. Like, bitch, when they say eat the rich, they're talking about you, bro. You're the appetizer, the entree, and the dessert.
Right? It's getting there, right?
You already have one.
Yes, the revolution. Yes, revolution. Oh, I don't want to fight in it, though. Can all the proletarian, low-income, wagey guys who go to the gym at 5 p.m. after their work shift, can you guys do the revolution, please? Oh, what's that? Oh, if they do that, they're going to come for me? Oh, okay. Maybe we can pause that.
Another one.
What's going on?
The wealth disparity is getting bad.
Because people can make tens of millions of dollars sitting in a chair because gooners donate to them.
The wage gap, I hate that.
No wealth disparity.
Wealth disparity.
Wage gap is like between men and women. Men and women, we love each other.
Facts.
And we hate the rich. Anyways.
No, it's more than that. I got news for you, AI overview. It's way more.
We hate the rich. That was the statement uttered by a millionaire with generational wealth.
Decimillionaire.
A statement uttered by someone who was already richer than your parents and richer than mine. Combined, by the way. This was also the same person who mocked people in her chat for saying that $28 was too expensive for some cookies.
Oh, what's that? You can't afford my overpriced repackaged drop shipping cookies? You're poor! You're broke! It's like some Andrew Tate talking point. You're fucking poor!
When people...
I don't care what you guys say. This was kind of funny. In hindsight, it's hilarious to juxtapose these clips.
are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag.
That's $7 a bag of fucking cookies, dude. Which, by the way, the cookies are shit. I tried the cookies. I actually did. Someone, I forget who it was. I want to give a shout out here, but I forget who it was. So if you, on the off chance that the person who brought them to the function is watching this video, I was at some VidCon party in like 2024, like a month after this whole thing went down, and they brought the cookies to the party. I tried them. They were ass cheeks, bro. She was ass.
No, I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but...
Math is hard when you're an idiot? Wait, but then... explain the math of you complaining about rich people when you have equal, if not more, money than most rich people.
Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyways, and we hate the rich.
So yeah.
So do you hate the broke or the rich? Interesting.
Clearly Pokimane was insane for those clips, which is why she received a ton of backlash online. And I mean, they were frying her.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. Check this shit out. Hold on. Listen, Cursed, I don't know your Twitter account, but it looks like I can see post your reply right here. And you've got like a Save Europe type profile picture. So is there something you're not telling us, bro? Are you posting little dark age edits on your alt?
She received a ton of backlash online. And I mean, they were frying her. I think I even went over a guy who left her a whole novel in the comment section.
Oh, no.
Like this right here is pure and dedicated hate, and all you can do is respect it. But clips like these of Pokimane serve as an example because it goes to show that she will say anything in order to be liked by the masses and her audience, and pretty much just trying to take whatever opinion is popular at the moment. So with this in mind, let's go over her tweet. Now, as most of
I'm gonna be honest too, when she says we hate the rich to like this chat in the top left corner that's moving super fast, these are all people who are upset at the system that has made them like lower middle class or middle class, right? Maybe there's a few rich people watching you, like, okay, fair enough. But the irony could not be like more fucking obvious than the people who are wasting their time watching you. And then you're gonna complain about, oh, we hate the rich. They think it's unfair that they're poor, but they're also spending their free time not making money or starting businesses or doing a side hustle, but they're spending it watching you. So what she's trying to do is blame the rich people for the situation that has caused a lot of her chat to be poor, when in reality, a lot of her chat is poor because they watch her with their fucking free time. So she would much rather blame the system and say, oh, it's the system's fault, not your fault, because she knows that if she actually said, hey, if you want to make more money, then put the fucking phone down, put the lotion down, and go stack some bread, it would lose her viewers.
opinion is popular at the moment. So with this in mind, let's go over her tweet. Now, as most of you probably already know, or not, the Diddy trials recently came to an end, and he was acquitted of most of these serious charges.
Which is insane, bro. I never talked about this, but how the fuck did Diddy get out of this? How did Diddy do this? I don't understand this. I literally don't understand this.
The trials recently came to an end, and he was acquitted of most of these serious charges. And I'm only bringing this up because this is relevant, and I'm pretty sure this is what Pokimane's tweet is referring to. But yeah, Diddy got acquitted of the most serious charges, and everybody had a reaction to it. So Pokimane took to Twitter and said, "Believe all victims." Now
she said believe victims.
Statement "believe all victims" isn't bad in and of itself, but in the
or did she edit it? Let me see. I don't know.
Now the statement "believe all victims" isn't bad in and of itself, but in the context of like a law and court and jail time, I don't think that's true. I think we should believe evidence and proof rather than just people claiming things. But you know what? That's just my take. Apparently,
I mean, the reality is, this is just like the Pokimane special. This is the Pokimane classic. It's now time for us to tweet 2 words that we know most people will agree with because of the ambiguity and the general positive sentiment. Also, it's worth noting, this person has constantly farmed an audience of people that just want to hate on incels and talk about this like women empowerment stuff very vaguely. It's like incels bad, victims good, women good, wage gap bad, rich bad. It's these very obvious, very simplistic, oversimplified actually, talking points that are distilled to a level where they can be reduced to 2 words, which is about the length of a sentence that the average Pokimane fan is going to read without scrolling, right? Because you're not supposed to be reading stuff from Pokimane, you're supposed to be looking at her if you're one of her audience members, you know? She's not an author, she's a streamer. And so yeah, this is what this is, right? This is the Pokimane classic.
Pokimane wants to believe everybody. So after this tweet drop, the internet exploded, with this tweet having 30.2 million views in 3
That's disgusting.
days, with it also racking up 82,000 likes and 3,000 comments, which when you think about it are pretty good stats for a tweet, all until, well, you open the comment section. And just an FYI, before we actually look at the comments, they are a bit insane. Like,
bro, what did I miss trending on Twitter, bro? That's my boy Drizzy Drake. What did I miss? What did I miss, bro?
Insane. So I just wanted to give a fair warning before we look at them. So the top comment of my knowledge on Pokimane's Believe Victims tweet has 167,000 likes, which is literally 80,000 more likes than the original post that she made. And the caption says, and I quote, "Pokimane tried to grape me at the Atlanta airport in 2019.
Is that a joke?
Wow, what a banger.
Oh, wait a second. I get it. The joke is that we should just believe him.
Of a tweet. You know what? Actually, I lied. This is the most popular response to Pokimane's tweet, and it has 256,000 likes, which means it currently has 170,000 more likes than Pokimane's original post. How does that even happen?
Let's see it.
The post also has 13.5 million views.
All right, bro, stop with the edging. Let's see it.
And this is off of a reply So this is crazy. And the caption reads, I was gripped by Pokimane in
Okay,
1997.
okay.
Oh my lordy.
It's the same
and the
thing,
reply
okay.
to his comment,
Oh man, you're brave for sharing your story. Thank you, Zerka. Fucking Zerka, bro. Of course it would be Zerka. Bro, about to be getting the lawsuit over this? No, he's not, because we should believe him because he's a victim. Should I seek financial compensation? Okay, yeah. So anyway, I mean, we're quickly understanding what the tweet made by Pokimane actually leads to. It leads to people lying about their, stories in order to get either attention or clout, right? Now, these people were doing it ironically, but there are some people who actually have lied about their circumstances with different people for clout, for money, for attention, etc. And so, when it comes to believing people, you should believe what the evidence is. You should look at the story, the timeline, chronological evidence, all of the things that would lead you to get a whole, complete understanding of what happened. And so, yeah, obviously, don't just vapidly believe anybody who tells you anything, right?
or even crazier, you are brave for sharing your story. 26,000 likes. She took my cheeks in 2001. 6.7 thousand likes.
Okay, bro.
And I'm telling you,
bro.
these tweets just go on and on and on.
Bro.
Of people claiming that Pokimane R-word at them and many more.
I mean, would this be a good time for me to share my story or what? Because it happened to me too. It was 3 years ago. I don't want to talk about it, bro. I mean, I really don't, but I mean, it was disgusting, bro. It was disgusting. Shit, bro. I mean, I'm just going to say it, bro. Oh, man. I was in Los Angeles and she she was across the street from me and we were both crossing to the other side, and then we met in the middle, and then she literally pulled my pants down and put her finger in my butthole, and then she licked it off. And then she said, "Did you eat a breakfast burrito this morning?" And it was one of the most disgusting things that's ever happened to me.
And if I had to guess, I would say that 3,000 replies out of the 3.
How do I get paid? How is this my job? Like, how is this my job?
One that actually responded are saying stuff like that in the comments. And it's crazy because these aren't even really things to joke about. Like when you boil it all down, people are just making R-word jokes.
I'll believe victims. Well, once again, I like to fancy myself the person who brings things back down into reality. I tweet out 3 words that caused quite the commotion, just like Pokimane tweeted 2 words. Women can lie. Yep. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to talk about why it is so dangerous to tweet out things like believe victims. You know what we should believe, Pokimane? People should believe proof. Because when good boys who, man, morals are so much higher than mine, tweet out things like believe victims in such a mass blanket statement, which, by the way, is never a good thing to do, what happens is that you are leaning into something that I like to call guilty until proven innocent, and not innocent until proven guilty. When you say that anybody can go on the internet and lie.
And I think if anyone can talk about it, he can talk about it because he's been falsely accused of shit, so.
When anybody can go on the internet and say
He's kind of got like a dog in this race.
anything, and you have to believe them because they're crying, well, guess what? That doesn't set up a good precedent, now does it?
In this context, I would absolutely agree that we should definitely believe people with proof. That way, people aren't just getting falsely accused of random crimes. But then again, I don't even think Pokimane's saying to believe people without proof. But then again, I could be wrong. Other creators like Asmongold also weighed in on the situation.
Pokimane drops a believe victims tweet. How brave. Oh God. Shouldn't you figure it out based in a court of law? Don't go around and just believe what people say. You know why? It's because people lie. What a dumb thing to say. Pokimane is apologizing to someone on X for laughing at Amber Heard.
Oh
Please
no.
fucking remind me about that after.
I forgot to mention that since Pokimane brought up the believe.
I don't know about that, bro, of course. I think it was something along the lines, yeah, so she had, like, basically laughed at Amber Heard, and then so people are like, well, you're saying believe all victims, but you laughed at Amber Heard, who's really a victim. Like, bitch, please.
Victims tweet. Many people have been going.
That's a double X, bitch, please. It's a bitch, please to Pokimane, it's a bitch, please to the person in the response. Bro, no way. Bro, the account is called Leave Heard Alone. Leave Heard Alone. Shut your bitch ass up! Holy Cybao.
Back in the past and
No, bro, there's just no fucking way. What the fuck? In Dig 25. It's 2025.
bringing up when she was making fun of Amber Heard
Leave Heard alone. I mean, like, you're just like you're an unemployed NEET.
when she was on trial. And if you guys remember, at the time, Amber Heard was supposed to be the apparent victim, but obviously the trial proved that that wasn't the case. People in this Reddit thread are even saying that Pokimane went so far as to put a tier counter on the screen throughout her streams, including during Amber.
Bro, because she had the audience of Swagger Souls and Fitz fans, because she used to watch those videos of the CSGO funny moments for the boys, and then the boys were watching her, and some of the boys maybe gooned to her and then became her fans, and then she felt the need to convey a certain, you know, let's just call it pick-me attitude towards some of the audience. And all I'm going to say is when that became unpopular, she switched up pretty fast, okay?
Heard's assault testimony. A tier counter is crazy.
Pokimane, I love you and I agree, but I can't forget the way you made fun of Amber Heard during the trial. It was really disappointing. Please address this. I completely understand. I regret how I restreamed the trial because any jokes are at the expense of the victims can be perceived. I apologize I took down the videos. She's apologizing for laughing at Amber Heard.
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Okay, when they were talking about, like, we have all this evidence that he actually did it.
So yeah, this is why a lot of people believe that Pokimane doesn't really care about anything she tweets about, and she just says it at the time because it's popular. Because I'm not gonna lie, anytime she makes a controversial tweet, it seems like you can always go in the past and find a time where
It does seem like that, right? Because it's almost like she's a faker.
she said the exact opposite.
It's like she's a grifter and she'll just say whatever's popular in order to get views. Like, I'm not making that up. She literally farmed Swagger Souls and Fitz's audience when they were blowing up in 2018. Got a, let's just call it, male audience who she then was able to channel to her audience and then use them to have a foundation to where she could then go and do other things with that same audience. And so, yeah, when it became unpopular to, let's just say, be more of a pick-me, she just changed.
There seems to never be any consistency with anything she says.
Of course
which,
not.
once again, makes what Tectone said all the more real.
Yeah.
Because these people don't believe anything it is that they're saying. They don't. They will go live and they will say the exact thing that the public wants to hear.
So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think Pokimane actually cares about anything she talks about, or is she purely doing it for engagement and doesn't care about anything? This video is over.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that circumstantially there are things that she will care about and talk about, but a lot of the time I feel like you're just tweeting things to farm likes. It's like when Baby No Money says that AI is bad on Twitter. Baby No Money I've seen talk about how AI is like the worst thing ever constantly on Twitter. I'm a little bit sick of it because I know where it's coming from. It's from a desire to get likes so he can get streams on his music, right? The more impressions you get, the more that people will think about your name because they're looking at your profile name, which is above your tweet, and then they'll be like, oh, that's the guy who made this song, and then they might go play it. That's your gambit. That's your hope. You're hoping that by growing your audience on Twitter, that you will grow your audience on Spotify. And maybe Pokimane is doing the same thing. Maybe she wants to get more fucking followers, so then later on she can sell more overpriced cookies, who knows? But either way, I don't think that it's this genuine calls for concern. I doubt that.